Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's your brother Bolo VNR. Please remember, as you come in, welcome. And just welcome to the platform and say hello by smashing the like button. Alright? Now, I want you guys to listen to Andrew Holness after the demolition in Cooper's Spring, Trinidad. The evil and lawful disaster that took place. So now listen to him.
It was brought to my attention. I had no prior knowledge of it. None of our ministers, certainly not the member of parliament. I got a call very early in the morning, quite surprised, and immediately we mobilized resources from ADPEP and the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to assist because technically it was a disaster. Luckily, we were very frugal and responsible in how we use the materials that we were able to respond with. We never use off what we didn't need to use off.
First red flag. The hurricane Melissa victims, some of them are still under tarpaulin. Some of them are living under apple tree. Some of them have no feeling. And Andrew Holness stated that it's a good thing that he was frugal. For those who don't know what frugal means, when people say people tight with money and them stingy. Yes. So he's using that as a positive. While people are living under tarpaulin, he had tents stored up in ADPEP. And he's turning that and spinning it using reverse psychology to say that that was a positive. That are the first red flag. We just have a point.
We were very frugal and responsible in how we use the materials that we were able to respond with. We never use off what we didn't need to use off. So
them never use off what they didn't need to use off. Jamaica, there's something. If you're in our hospital, right? We just like your example, If you're in our hospital and you have 400 patients and all of them in a critical condition and you have the medicine to help them and you give only 200 of them medicine and 10 months after the other 200 still need medicine and they get no medicine. Would you say that is frugal? Would you say that is you guys being prudent and wise? Or would you call that evil? Well, it is evil. And that's what Andrew Holness is admitting. That he had 10 supplies and people needed supplies. And it's a good thing Sam never give them because these people in a group of spend where them bulldoze them also have good house. Not a natural disaster, a man-made disaster, which the government want to tell us, say. They never know nothing about, which we already figure out, say, that is a lie. Because of the massive amount of resources that came from the government in the police force. Amen? Let's continue. Him saying frugal, it's a good thing them never use resources when it didn't need to be used. I am saying there's multiple amount of people that need the resources and they held it from the people. I don't want that reality, that point to escape. This man is evil, ladies, and he's beyond evil at this point. He has to be the devil. I don't think he's conscious. I think the devil is literally using him. And I'm not joking. I don't think he has any humane consciousness left in him. I think his soul is totally lost. And you know what's worse? The people that sit beside him and nod their head like, achoo. Yeah, we understand. Good job, Mr. Prime Minister.
we got in aid and support and what we bought in stock, we never waste it.
So giving the people them what they need, when they need help, it would be a waste. Those people that still need help, him never waste it for them in Jamaica. And he cannot say that he is not aware that people need help. Because after the Roofs program, They themselves said there's going to be a second phase. Why would you need a second phase if nobody need help? So we're going to remove this excuse that they could build up that they know other people need help. Social media is buzzing. The thing we point out to the old lady, remember the old lady, ladies and gentlemen? Where when I walk like say, oh, she her bank uncle and she live in a place also? Yes. Why they never care when I take them? But no, them no want to waste it for she. She almost out. Them probably wish that she dead. It would be a waste, ladies and gentlemen. According to Andrew Willis.
We put it down carefully so that when the next disaster strike, whether it is hurricane or an untimely relocation and dislocating exercise, we are able to respond to the need.
So, only hear that a while ago, we will go back. Heck, we go back. Hold on. This is very interesting. Listen to that again. Let's listen to that again.
But in stock, we never waste it. We put it down carefully so that when the next disaster strike, whether it is hurricane or an untimely relocation and dislocating exercise, we are able to respond to it.
So he's saying that they put it down just in case of a situation where people get demolished. That's what he just admitted a while ago. He's telling you how planned this was. Only listen to him admit, hey, you have to listen to them in Jamaica. Listen to him again.
Put it down carefully so that when the next disaster strike, whether it is hurricane or an untimely relocation and next disaster strike, whether it is hurricane or an untimely relocation and dislocating exercise, we are able to respond to the need.
The man said, whether it's hurricane or untimely dislocation exercise, they are able to respond to it. Jesus, the man just admitted, ladies and gentlemen. Dislocation exercise. So the Cooper Spend operation was an exercise that they want to tell us that they didn't know anything about it. And let me tell you something. God is a genius. God made them tell upon themselves, Jamaica. Listen to the man again. Listen to the man again.
In stock, we never waste it. We put it down carefully so that when the next disaster strike, whether it is hurricane or an untimely relocation and dislocating exercise, we are able to respond.
He just told on himself and the government, ladies and gentlemen. Mighty God.
And we have been able to respond in the humanitarian crisis that has been created. There is a longer term response that is necessary. And as all of you stand here, there are some of you who are occupying land as a matter of fact, and it was brought to my attention. I had no prior knowledge of it, none of our ministers, certainly not the member of parliament. I got a call very early in the morning, quite surprised, and immediately we mobilized resources from ADPEP and the Ministry of Labour and Social Security to assist because technically it was a disaster. Luckily, we were very frugal and responsible in how we used the materials that we were able to respond with. We never use off what we didn't need to use off. So what we got in aid and support and what we bought in stock, we never wasted. We put it down carefully so that when the next disaster strike, whether it is hurricane or an untimely relocation and dislocating exercise, we are able to respond to the need. And we have been able to respond in the humanitarian crisis that has been created. There is a longer term response that is necessary. And as all of you stand here, there are some of you who are occupying land for which you have not yet certified the occupants. You have no title, some of you have no lease, no permission. Some of you is land that has been handed down from your grandparents' time and you have been on it for how long, but it's not formalized. And others of you have been just living on land that you go and see nobody using it and you use it. Now, Jamaica can develop with informality. But Jamaica cannot develop with unfairness as well. So whatever the government does, it has to address the issue of informality, and we can't be too mouth about it. We have to speak straight about it. Squatting is wrong. Informal settlement is not encouraged. But yes, every single Jamaican should have equal opportunity to get access to land and housing. The two things are not in contravention of each other. Not in contravention. Now, we will be addressing the issue. We will have to find ways to support those families who are impacted. But whatever our response is, we have to be careful that we don't set a precedence that is not sustainable. Because whatever we do now, everybody's going to expect that it is done going forward. So, which is why we are being very careful in preparing a response that is sustainable. And mind you, this is not the only repossession, dislocation, eviction that is occurring. And it is occurring on private property, but it is becoming a public concern. So we have to be very careful in crafting a response. You know, what is amazing, and as I have your attention for another minute or so, everyone will say the government must respond. The government must do something. Yes, the government must respond. Yes, the government must do something. But what is the government going to respond with? Your tax dollars. Your funds that the government is going to respond with. It's your funds. So you will need to take an interest in how those funds will be used.
This is
Yo, this man is unbelievable. The man literally are pitting the people against the people. So now you have to consult the people of Jamaica about their funds. When you never consult the people and donate their money, to give the people help them Western and Hanover, how they want their money to spend. You as a government decide what you want to do with the money. Only 2% use. And I can tell the boss that we're not going to use the money well, not even squatter settlements. What name? Oh my God. Container home. Container home. Instead of giving people the material them to build back them board or them concrete house. Now you have to tell the people them say, remember it's your money. 1 to the trillions of dollars that are accounted for. Well, they never account for trillions of dollars under on the watch. But no, you want the people to be mindful that it's your money would be spending and squatter them. Well, let me tell you as a Jamaican, this is my portion of my taxes and me, I contribute. Help the people, I'm not about my house for myself. Help the people then. And I'm sure the 400,000 people in my vote for PMP would agree. And right now, to all things ago, a large portion of the people that is of the JLP, which we start burning out online, would agree. So they want their taxpayers' money to help out them brother and their sister to keep them house and get the land for themselves. And that we want to do. We want to use our tax dollars to help us because we and as the people are one. You're not going to set us apart. All when the neighbor right them are going with themselves, we are one people same. When it comes after these type of issue, we are going to tell you right now, we want you to help the people with our tax dollars. That we want to do. Make sure so they keep the spot of them. If you have to buy from the private one of them, buy from them. Let the people them take time to pay back. As they grow and have more wealth, they will be able to pay more taxes. So we can advance the country better. Increasing homelessness is not helping the country. It is not helping the economy. It is counterproductive. It is in your best interest as the government and mainly and more importantly, our best interest as the people of Jamaica. One bag of homeless people are walk around and listening, that are going to breed more crime and problem, and people are going to probably get hurt. The best thing to do is make sure that the people have one roof over them. You remember good. Let's continue.
Because the government can't respond and say, all right, everybody who is squatting, everybody who is illegally occupied, we're going to give you land. Or we're going to build a house for you. Well, what happened to the people who are occupying their lands legally but don't have a house?
So here's the way I do. He must set the people against the people. This man is a dirty. Hey. You see what I do? She. Hey.
What about other people who have followed the rule but are in difficult circumstances?
Brother, which rule? There is a law that facilitates adverse possession. That means if a man buy a piece of land and he not occupy the land, somebody can occupy the land and use the same law to acquire that land. Rich people have done it and poor people have done it. The law is still there. Why would they never change the law, brother? Why would they never change the law?
What about them? Do we divert resources from them to this? So we have to think about the response very carefully. I want to say here that as a society we must draw a line on this business of the illegal occupation of land. But at the same time, we need to turn a new page on how we make lands available to the people of Jamaica. Not just lands, but housing.
Brother, you now make the land available to nobody. You shoot the NHT blind. I just shot your chat. You destroy the NHT by taking billions of dollars out of it. Right? You give one house a week. When the PMP in a power, 10,000 house a year, they are give it. And then they take picture for every house. Like you are going on social media for one house. Your pace at which you build house because people need house. Right? If you want to eliminate squatter settlement, you look power 600,000 to 700,000 people in Jamaica. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna have 600,000 homeless people in the country under your watch with this rapid the government agreeing, oh, we're not gonna get involved because it's private. It's private owner, so they can go and make hundreds of thousands of people just be homeless. What is that gonna do to the economy? What is that gonna do to families' lives? But oh, you got to be careful. But you were not careful when you were defending the Bengal Mining Company. When NEPA said, no, you can't mine this stuff to make the money, you said, no, make them make money. But when the people need home and now defend them, isn't that a private matter? Oh, you get involved in it. Oh, you get involved to go overthrow NEPA. When NEPA said, no, you cannot do that. And NEPA was defending the people. And because if you do that, it would have polluted the water, it would have polluted the air, and it would have caused hazard for the people. And there are some animals there that them call, what you call it now, them scarce. And they would have endangered those animals as well. But you didn't care about that. They said, no, NEPA, make them mine. And the court said, no, they cannot mine there. And you went again to defend the private owner and say you're going to appeal it. You are not for the poor. You are for the rich people. And you're an evil man. You understand? You're evil, brother. You're evil. I'm going to tell you I'm going to deal with you. No joke.
Because that is a challenge. The problem that we are having is that we are just not delivering enough housing solutions at the price and at the scale that people.
So brother, that your fault that because you're abusing NHT, you admit to us that you're a failure. How the PMP did do it. How them did offer people the house them at a cost and at a scale that was adequate for them to own them own land. How them do it. Why you don't follow their blueprint and improve it? Right? You see someone tell them, say, well, you can't rob the NHT, you're robbing the people and their money, and now you come and rob them for the last 10 years. Here's a two-mouth, here's a hypocrite, and here's a liar. You understand? Everything will come out of your mouth, brother, it have it have traces of lies and deception in it. You're not genuine. Right? You just come for just say anything for it. It's like you cast one spell for the people when you attack. Because some of them children go take on the things and take on the money. They under some spelling. So when you attack them, carry the lie them when you attack, they come like everything. Then just like a zombie like start listen to you.
That is the main challenge. The truth is that is the people who occupied Cooper's Bend, if they could have gone and gotten a house at a price point that they could manage, they would do it. And so the conversation has to change to how do we get more houses constructed in a formal community much faster at prices that people can afford. That is the real solution. Right? The solution can't be, which has been promoted by politicians in the past, which is you see that pick up piece of land there, we'll go settle it. And then afterwards we come and correct it.
You know what's the hypocrisy about this, ladies and gentlemen? The people in Cooper's Bend came on Andre Stevens' show and Fifth Element show and told us that the same JLP come to them in 2016 and tell them, say, go and build and live. And give them steel and block and cement the build and live. The people in the Cooper's Bend, because they want to buy them for the same government. Are you hearing? Oh, they know what the problem is. Politicians in the past used to tell them, say, they figure, I want to do it. And they might try to lay blame for the People's National Party. The People's National Party was trying to buy the land. That's why them got caught in 2012. So the people them could have take time to pay for the land. That's what the People's National Party did. Because they want to protect the people. Some of the people them have been on the land for 40 years. 40 years. 3 generations, 4 generations. And again, I say there is a law that allows people to go and people land something called adverse possession. If the land is not being used and you're not doing upon the land and the people them go upon the land and build upon it, then can file for adverse possession and get the land. If them they upon the land for 12 years and nobody bother them can take it. Why is it that in law? Why them never change the law? The law is still there. So how can you do this to the people and them dead for 40 years? It is wrong. It is wrong. And he's been in power for 10 years. Why never change it long time? Why never change the law?
That's the genesis of this problem. That's the history that has repeated, that has gotten us here. The politicians who are talking now, they are a part of that problem. They were the ones who winked at people and told them, go and occupy the land.
Stop lying. The people them say a liar tell Andrew, not me. The people in my Cooper's Bend say a liar tell.
And then afterwards we correct it. I can swear here that I am not a part of that. I was.
Yo, the man saying he can swear he's not a part of that. Only listen to this.
We correct it. I can swear here that I am not a part of that. I wasn't born when those things were going on. I was a little boy.
Jamaica, want to hear that? Let me play it phone again. There's a key to listening. You can't hear, but there's an art to listening. Listen what Andrew want to say a while ago.
I'm not a part of that. I wasn't born when those things were going on. I was a little boy. And I see some.
The man said he wasn't born when those things were happening. He was a little boy. Jesus have mercy. Father God, take it. Yes! Oh, you never born, but you was a little boy. It's either you did born or you never born. Oh, you never born and you was a little boy. All at the same time. This is the classic of you saying that you live in a 2-bedroom house and then you say, like 33 hours after one express, you say live in a 1-bedroom apartment. Listen to the man again, because then my mother say him never say. Only listen to him.
And then afterwards we correct it. I can swear here that I am not a part of that. I wasn't born when those things were going on. I was a little boy. And I see some of them talking now who are responsible for it.
So some people might have said context matters. That's why they make sure play out the whole light, The man said, I wasn't born yet. I was a little boy. Pause. Sentence, no, no. If you don't want context, no. This man is a perpetual diabolical liar. Me say, listen, I have so much conviction, me not even say. The man is a liar, Jamaica. Listen to the man again. Listen to the man again. And listen to the context of what I say. Listen to him.
People and told them, go and occupy the land, and then afterwards we corrected. I can swear here that I am not a part of that. I wasn't born when those things were going on. I was a little behind.
You know, this is what God does, you know. God make a tell by yourself. Yeah, man. The man tells so much lie Jamaica, the man can identify in himself when he tell lie. The man said, I was born, I was a little boy. In the same sentence when those things are happening. How is that even possible? This man asked him, think him a God, in omnipresent. He was here but not here. I am the Father, but I am Jesus Christ. He must be God. I was never born, but I was a boy. What? All at the same time when these things were happening? God make him expose himself, ladies and gentlemen. I play one more time, I'm so keen, you know. What a wicked guy.
That has repeated, that has gotten us here. The politicians who are talking now, they are a part of that problem. They were the ones who winked at people and told them, go and occupy the land, and then afterwards we corrected. I can swear here that I am not a part of that. I wasn't born when those things were going on. I was a little behind. And I see some of them talking now.
Again, my observation is the two ladies that beside Andrew. None of them never pick up for look upon him like so. I say, oh, if you never born and you are a little boy. None of them never, he never clicking out the mind. It's like, them prepare to believe anything when he say without that. Them not listen to him. They are not carefully listening to the Prime Minister. They are subservient. This is unbelievable. The two women them stand beside Andrew and us a smile. And I nod them head. And contented. Yes, I'm sitting beside the Prime Minister. Yes. Yes, Prime Minister. Whatever you say without me hearing. How embarrassing. How embarrassing. And these people are intellectuals.
They were the ones who winked at people and told them, go and occupy the land, and then afterwards we corrected. I can swear here that I am not a part of that. I wasn't born when those things were going on. I was a little behind. And I see some of them talking now who are responsible for it. They are responsible for it.
Mommy, a Marsh called me what he said to me what through me distracted I look for one video, you know. Me never understand the real gravity of what the man said Andrew saying. You see, last night when me I listened to machine named London 45 and she played a part there and stop. Me never see London 45 but say and pause for more than 20 seconds before she talked. She was rendered speechless. She said, Andrew, oh, you feel not born and be a little boy. All at the same time, brother. In at the same time, when those things are happening, and the play it again over again, so you get the context away, man, I say, yo, there is no misunderstanding. The man is a liar. And the man laughed for himself. The man, no, man.
Of that, I wasn't born when those things were going on. I was a little behind. And I see some of them talking now who are responsible for it. They are responsible for it. And now it has fallen to me to correct it.
And you know something? Even if the other party was responsible for it and it has fallen to you to correct it, brother, you are the Prime Minister for 10 years. Don't cry to us. Don't cry to us. Why haven't you fixed it in 10 years? Why you never fix it? There's many things that you could have done in 10 years, you know. What have you done? Nothing. I know you want to blame the other people, even if it was true. But that's why I try showing how disgusting this man is, you know. Same thing what the song said. I have to go play this song. Oh God, I have to go play this song. I have to go play this song, ladies and gentlemen. More I play the song, I want to hear the exact part of the song. You said that song is 2 powerful.
10 years, you say. 10 long years and look how Jamaica stay. No light, no road, no food pan we plate. People are suffer while Andrew live great. Hey, hey. You stand up on the platform, smile wide and proud. I tell we about prosperity, but we can't see it all now. Hurricane come through and left the people bare. 6 months later, them still out there, asleep under the air. Their GLP friends them build high rise, road still full of wood. A whose pocket you a fill while the nation lose its soul. Hospital overflow, picnic can't get paid. School roof a leak, but you and Juliet well fed. You always have excuse, always pass the blame.
Always pass the blame. Anytime someone wrong, you never go in your name. Jamaica a John and they clean and clean too much actor in the politics. Yo, brother, the biggest actor in the politics. A time for you go. Time for you go, brother. You never born but you was a little boy. You need to go, bro. God have to lift you up out of this, brother. He's a dangerous guy. I don't know nobody that never born but was a little boy at the same time. I don't know nobody but Andrew Holness. Words out time own a mouth. Hey, if me want to report time, I have to answer this now. Mr. Holness, what do you mean when you say you never did born but you was a little boy? Please explain. The country needs to know. Me I put him on the spot. But we don't have no real laws and spirit journalists in the country. They no brave so. Me have to ask him, what you mean when you say you was a little boy and you never born? What you mean? Just make me understand that because me kind of confused and I think genuinely the people want to know. Real talk.
And it will be corrected. In the same way we have developed this program, which every week I'm delivering a house to someone who is in need, a social house to someone who has a social challenge. It is the same way that we will develop a program to address squatter communities, irregularly settled communities, regularize them.
Move from my screen. People don't make me know anything to that.